On the stairs, yeah. Back again. Doesn't really have the same ring to it. You'll notice that the stairs has now got this decorative thing up it. In fact, the whole hallway has been decorated. In fact, let me just show you what we're working with here. So I'm quite restricted in where I can film this sort of video. So it is the hallway, there's my door. Shoe cabinets there. Mrs. has done a lovely job with sort of decorating, as you can see. Let's get up here. Santa? Yeah, it's all kicking off. The last video I did on the stairs, it was the first video I did on the stairs, was to do with Mourinho coming in, Poch being sacked. That video actually got, I think it's about 2,600 likes, so if we can beat that this time, that would be fantastic. Hit the like button, let's go for 3,000, yeah? But if you're new to this channel, you like these sort of videos and you want to see more, please also hit that subscribe button. Very important, we want to be hitting 100,000 subscribers. I did say by New Year, it's not going to happen now, is it? Unless there's just a sudden flurry. So if you want to help me out, hit the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications to let you know when a new video is out. And yeah, let's crack on with today's video. Let's just readjust that to there. There we go, much better. As you can see from the thumbnail and the title, today's video is about Aftv. The problem with Aftv, previously known as Arsenal Fan TV, of course, but they were forced to change their name due to copyright reasons and having a negative effect on the club. Oh dear. Now, as a Spurs fan, naturally I quite enjoy Aftv when they're failing, of course, and I'm sure fans from various other clubs do too. But I've got to admit, I feel kind of crap that I get joy out of someone else failing, you know? But it is Arsenal, and I am a Spurs fan, so meh. But I want to tell you about my route to Aftv when Arsenal lose or drop points. It's always straight onto the channel. Admittedly, I'm not subscribed and I don't click the bell for notifications because ultimately I don't really care. It's Arsenal. I'm a Spurs fan. But as I say, when they do lose or drop points against teams they shouldn't be dropping points to, naturally, I'll head over to Aftv and I'll find the one interview. You know that interview. The one person that's going to be pissed off the most. Of course, it's DT, but more on him in a bit. So yeah, I'll search Aftv, find DT's interview, and then sod off after. I don't even watch any of the other post-game interviews, and I wouldn't mind betting a lot of other people do the same thing. But why do we do it? It seems like this modern day thing, since like the internet's blown up or social media and that, we just focus on negatives and drama, you know? I don't like it, but it seems to be a process. A strange one, but a process. Now, since the decline of Arsene Wenger, Aftv has gone from strength to strength, or as other people would say, benefiting from their failures. You know, fans wait to have their say on Arsenal Fan TV, or Aftv as it is now, and as the club gets worse and worse, people get more pissed off, and everyone else laps it up. So naturally, from the outside looking in, the views being expressed are those of just Arsenal fans in general. But deep down, we know that's not the case. Everyone's different, everyone has different views. Some of the ridiculous stuff I see online from Spurs fans, it's just like, sack Poch when it was a thing. I think somebody's at the door. False alarm, the wind blew, and our door knocker is very light, so it kind of just knocks sometimes. Very annoying. Sell Harry Kane. Sol Campbell's actually, you know what? Sol Campbell is he is. Yeah, that one's correct. But what about other Arsenal fans in there? It seems like Arsenal fans that don't go on Aftv are the genuine Arsenal fans. They're the ones that have the real views. They're the ones that care the most. So what it seems like is Arsenal fan base is kind of divided. You've got your Aftv fans, and then you've got your fans that look at Aftv and go, wow, this is awful. This is bringing our club down. Although I don't get that bit. I really don't think Arsenal Fan TV is affecting the results on the pitch. Honestly, I don't. Could it be deemed as Aftv being so negative? Naturally, you just put the two together as a negative thing. But then you've got to remember, Aftv are reacting to what's happening on the pitch, and on the pitch it's negative. Naturally, it will come across in the interviews. When it's good, surely they'll be happy. So I don't know about that. Let's talk about Robbie. Obviously, being the face of Aftv, any of that negativity is going to be sort of guided in his direction. Now, I've known Robbie a while now. He's a really nice guy, but it was nice to me anyway. Last time we met was on the Football Social, where he revealed that he was actually a Spurs fan.
Pochettino, for me, I want to see him holding up something before I then start picking him.
You want to see Pochettino holding up something?
No, well, I don't want to see that.
Quote that.
Yeah, sorry.
Quote that.
If Clinton's watching and clips up on social media, clip that up. Robbie from Aftv wants to see Pochettino lift the trophy. Clip that up, put it on social media. See you later. Thank you very much.
Our job is done.
Now, obviously, Aftv have cemented themselves in this scene. They're not going to be going away anytime soon, and I think they're just going to be growing from strength to strength. But what I want to do is I want to dissect things and see where it all came from. Has it always been negative? Because let's be honest, there's loads of other fan channels out there. You've got Full-Time Devils for Man United. Man United fans, let me know, do you see Full-Time Devils as a negative thing? You've got one of the original, if not the original, fan channels. It's Redmen TV, Liverpool. Liverpool fans, do you see Redmen TV as a negative? I saw this on Twitter the other day.
Well done to whoever did this. You're an absolute genius. Brilliant.
For anyone that watches AFTV, I swear that was Claude behind the camera. But anyway, TalkSport were also having a pop.
Well, it's very interesting given that we live in this sort of age where there's a snowflake mentality where you can't call people out, you can't put their feet to the fire, you can't, put young people under pressure because ultimately you're putting them under pressure and stress becomes part and parcel of their thinking. That they, if we are to have that narrative, are actually doing something which is quite counterproductive to the well-being of their football club.
Well, you look at Arsenal Fan TV. What is the average age of the people moaning and groaning
Well,
on it? Under 40,
I have to be honest with you, I wonder what the average IQ is. Well, I listen to it sometimes rather than what the average age is, but that's a different discussion.
Yep, the same TalkSport that also interrupted an AFTV interview.
Don't make that rash decision before the season finishes and say, let him have the job. Don't do the same thing that Manchester United did.
We've got TalkSport muscling in on our interview.
Go live on TalkSport, Robbie.
Oh, live on TalkSport.
Jim White and Perry Groves are listening to words of wisdom. Robbie, who's next? Poch, Nuno. A lot of people are saying Allegri, some people are saying Ancelotti.
So it's fine for them to put them down, but yeah, they still want to get involved, don't they? I asked in the group chat for some views and opinions on AFTV video form. I only got 2 back. Here's the first one from Sam.
Arsenal Fan TV.
Yeah, he's an Arsenal fan. And then you've got a Man United fan in Troy.
I feel that it's a platform for football fans that could be used in a more balanced way. There's way too many negative opinions, I suppose, of extreme fans, because that's what the viewer wants to see. They want to see, entertainment at the end of the day. So it's manufactured, engineered to make sure Robbie makes as much money as possible, when really it doesn't truly represent the Arsenal fans that I know. I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm not a fan of the fans, but I know that it's toxic. So that's my view.
So Arsenal fan and Man United fan both seeing it as negative. Now, admittedly, I'm probably not the best person to dissect this particular situation because I'm not an avid viewer of AFTV, a casual viewer, a very casual viewer, as I said before. But let's be honest, there's a genuine correlation between Arsenal dropping points and views going up compared to those when they win. Like I said before, people thrive on negativity and drama. Now, I can tell you that firsthand after running Palmer's FC. The views from games where there's a bit of scrap or a bit of handbags and that was actually publicised as a thumbnail would far outweigh the ones where we was actually doing something a little bit more positive, winning things. So AFTV have hit a sweet spot. They're producing content during a time when Arsenal are failing, but that's not their fault, right? An argument I often hear is Arsenal Fan TV aren't real fans of Arsenal, and of course they're profiting from Arsenal's failures on the pitch. Well, I'll be honest, if Robbie and AFTV weren't doing it, someone else would be, because there was already fan channels about before AFTV. They were inspired by them, and it just so happens that Arsenal are going through a bad patch. They used to be a big deal, and naturally everyone laughs at the team that aren't doing so well anymore. You've got to add these things up, guys. So we're going to look at the back catalogue of AFTV, and it's quite clear to see from the early days Robbie and the team behind the scenes were putting the graft in. 7 years ago, Arsenal finished 4th in the table, and that season, unfortunately, they turned Spurs over 5-2, and they were getting views of 2, 3, 4k. They beat Newcastle 7-3 in a game, and they weren't even getting 1,000 views on their videos. Like, what's going on? The first big video on the channel was actually something quite positive. Jack Wilshere getting mobbed by fans as he gave autographs. Nice thing. Good to see players interacting with fans. 105,000 views. Following that Wilshere video, the views continued to be, the low ones, 2, 3, 4,000 views. And then something changed. On Saturday the 17th of August 2013, Arsenal lost 3-1 to Aston Villa. And this happened.
Due to their incompetence, they will not be able to field a team adequately on Wednesday night. And if they go out or lose 2 or 3-0, I expect you, Wenger, and you, Gazidis, to hand your resignation in. And Tim Payton, you can resign from the AST for speaking all summer. Well said, mate. I've had enough.
Now that particular video's got 1.5 million views to date. But after that, it's business as usual as far as Arsenal are concerned. Like the big club they are, they make their way into the Champions League, don't they? They turn over Fenerbahce 3-0, and the views on AFTV, well, they're a little bit more improved. The channel is growing, you can see it, but they're not hitting the heights, are they? Following that, it's happy days in the Premier League as well, as they turn over Fulham 3-1, and the lack of drama reflects in the views. What I would say is there's a couple of regular characters making their way onto the channel now, and they seem to be getting slightly more views than the other fans that are having their opinion on there. But we're going to come on to that in a bit. One thing I will say, sort of 6 years ago, the views that you're seeing on AFTV are not ones that are going to be raking in a lot of money. Especially when you take into account they're going to every single game, there's travel involved, food, drink and whatnot. And then you've got to think about the equipment that they purchase to actually do these videos, and of course their time as well. Time is money. Anyway, let's continue through the archives. Another positive win for Arsenal against Spurs. fantastic. I think views were slightly heightened here with it being a North London derby, and these two stand out again, Bully and Claude. Another big milestone for the channel. This is the first time that the channel filmed a particular event, whether it be a game or, you know, in this case it was Mesut Ozil signing for Arsenal, and the views were big across most of the videos. And again, we're going to talk about positive things here, and we're going to pause it here as well. Let me know in the poll above. At this moment in time, ignore the present day, at this moment in time, is Aftv a problem to you? They're not doing anything wrong. They're not doing anything different to any other fan channel. Now, following a 3-1 win against Stoke, it's quite clear that people are opting towards certain individuals on the channel. You know, they're recognisable. They're not interested in this guy, or this guy, or this guy, because ultimately a viewer doesn't generally like change. They invest in familiarity. And again, as a creator, it's kind of a frustrating thing to have put on you. Now, if you enjoy doing something, if you can turn that into an income, why wouldn't you want to do it? You've got to think, for 2 seasons, not really generating an income, but if it was put to them that, hang on, you could actually earn more doing this than your regular job, you would take it, surely. Imagine your job was to literally go and watch your favourite team play and afterwards capture the views from other fans. It's a pretty cool job. So when you see your hobby starting to generate an income and it starts to rival that of your regular job, it's an exciting time. It's also a risky one, because you've got to think, can I take this leap? Is this thing that I find fun and enjoy a sustainable one? And it's something that a lot of creators go through, and when you take that leap, you actually find that you've got more time to put into it, which means you can generate more stuff, whether it be make more videos or make more products or make more of anything really. And at some point, obviously, Robbie's had to make that decision, and obviously he has taken the decision to do this full time. And I think then that's when people have a problem with it. It's like, oh, jealousy comes into play. Deep down they wish that they were doing it, you know? Why didn't I think of that? But they'll never say that. They'll just hate on it. It's a shame really. Anyway, around 5 years ago, things started to really take shape on Aftv. A 5-1 loss to Liverpool saw some decent views on the channel, and of course Bully did his bit. But then a couple of weeks later, the same fixture, they turned them over 2-1. Interview with Bully again, the views are just incomparable. And at this point, it's quite clear that this channel has established itself on being successful when things are going wrong. But let's not forget, they are there for the good times too, when they get the 3 points, when they win that FA Cup. Annoyingly. But they're there, you know, and they're celebrating it. And I think that often goes unnoticed. In early 2014-15 season, this geezer pops up after a 1-1 draw against Leicester.
We're not them stupid bastards down the road. We're Arsenal Football Club. We should not be in this fucking situation. And it's because of Arsene Wenger. Every fucking time. Sick and tired of it. They should go and pay my fucking money back for today. Sick and tired of it. Getting from work at 7 this morning, have a couple of hours kip, come here to watch this shit. Fuck off. But I'll be there next game still, don't worry.
And as you can say, the rest is history. Now we're going to fast forward to today. The channel sits on 1.2 million subscribers. The general fans with general opinions pull in 40 or 50k per video, which is great for the channel. Film 4 or 5 of them and you're laughing. But then you've got the regular characters. There's Claude, there's Lee, there's Ty, and then of course you've got Troops and DT as well. And the views you're seeing here from games they've actually won. But I'm just going to rewind back 1 week. Let's not forget, Arsenal fans, you did lose 2-1 to Brighton. And these views are just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You can clearly see the popcorn is out, and admittedly, I was one of those viewers. Guilty. The whole thing is just sort of blowing up out of control now, and naturally the most viewed interviews will get clipped up and put on the socials, and it'll have Aftv's name in the bottom, and it just brings negativity to the channel. But I'll go back, they are there for the good times. You know, it doesn't feel like it recently, but when they win, they are there. They follow the team up and down the country, abroad, they put the graft in. It's the very well viewed interviews that happen to be quite toxic and aggressive, and really quite embarrassing. Now I don't know DT at all, I've never met him, so I can only comment on what I see, and what I see is just a big kid throwing his toys out of pram. But it makes sense for him, because off of the back of Aftv, he's built his own platform, and it's a successful one as well. So it makes sense for him to go back to the big platform, continue to be shared out, continue to be promoted, and the more that happens, the more association it becomes. And that's the same with other characters on this channel. I'm not going to say the other characters are as toxic or as aggressive, but DT definitely stands out as one of them. So to sum it up, Robbie's actually not that bad a guy. I mean, he's probably said some bits that's pissed some people off over time. Maybe that's him just trying to defend himself, or maybe he has just been a bit of an idiot. But we all say stuff online that we regret sometimes. But I do feel that it's certain people that come onto this channel that give the channel a bad name, and in doing so, Robbie as well. And you know what, more for me for getting involved and fueling it, because I'm guilty of it too. Maybe next time I'll go and check out an interview from one of these general fans, see what they're saying. When they lose, of course. So let me end this video with a few questions for you. Do you think that Aftv honestly hope that their team loses in order to gain more views? For me personally, no. I'm fairly certain, and this is just judging by the early days of just grafting, I'm fairly certain Robbie and the team behind it are genuine Arsenal fans. Is Aftv profiting from Arsenal's failures on the pitch? Well, yes, but like I said before, it's a knock-on effect. If Arsenal were doing well, they would be talking about Arsenal doing well. It just so happens that Arsenal are in a very, you know, unfortunate period, and it's around a similar time that Aftv have really shot up. but I think they've really shot up because of the failures on the pitch. It's not them fueling the negativity, they're just reacting to the negativity on the pitch. Based on my opinions in this video, should Robbie get rid of the toxic fans that bring the negativity to the channel? I think he could, but that's his decision. I don't really know the workings of what happens after a game. Does he sort of switch the camera on and then a crowd gathers and he just says who he wants to chat? I don't know if there's like an orderly queue or what, but in that queue, those regular characters that appear, do they just get into it, or are they asked to because it benefits the channel? I don't know, but I don't think Aftv needs them as much as people think, because if Arsenal did lose, I think it would just be some other fan that's getting pissed off. As I mentioned before, I cringe at what some Spurs fans put online. You know, I'm not going to get mad about it, although if a big Spurs channel suddenly appeared which brought sort of negativity and more embarrassment to me because some of the fans on there were a bit, maybe I'd feel the same as some of these Arsenal fans. But ultimately, the bottom line is Aftv is a problem to the majority of Arsenal fans. It's a small minority that go onto this channel that bring it down. I honestly believe some of the other fans that go on there share similar views to these fans that think it's a negative thing. It's just people that scream the loudest and swear the most tend to get noticed. And I also want to give a shout out to the guys behind the scenes that have been doing this consistently for so long, you know. It's not easy, game after game, season after season, to continually, consistently do what they're doing. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day on this. In addition to those questions I just posed, do let me know if you feel your opinions changed on Robbie and Aftv, or if you still hold those same opinions. Either way, let me know your thoughts. Make sure you hit that like button. We want to get 3,000 likes, remember. Hit the subscribe button, click the bell, and of course, I will see you in the next one. Peace.